Alright, friends, we got more SPL action again. We're switching it up though, and we're rocking with some doubles this time. I'm actually a big fan of the doubles OU metagame. I think it's probably the best Gen 6 meta, in my opinion. But you don't really see it that much because I'm not that good at doubles. And Smogon's typically singles community, but besides the point, like I said, big fan of doubles. We have shit. Hold on. Let me pause real quick because I know that one of them's on an alt. All right. Well, we got Blood Totem, who's Ray in this game, versus qsns. qsns. I fuck that dude, but those are the two people. This game, I was definitely looking in Blood Totem's favor just on team matchup because he has two checks for pretty much everything on his team. Like, you got Diancie, you have Lando, and Venusaur. That's another interesting thing to notice, is that he's running a team with just Mega Venusaur. Typically when you see Venu, it's with its Chlorophyll set and with Charizard Y, because Charizard Y is easily one of the best doubles mons in general. But Mega Venu is interesting. I actually wonder if it's a strategy in doubles if people leave their Venusaurs in regular form to abuse Chlorophyll versus other Sun teams. Who knows though, but oh, he has Jirachi too for Diancie. Aegislash, he has Hydreigon and Lando, Volcarona, Talonflame, and Terrakion, and Lando if it's Scarfed. Well, it depends on the Volk set. But you get the idea. Scrafty, Terrakion, and Lando and Venu pseudo check those. Lando, you have the other Lando, Mega Venu. And then Rotom, you have Venu and Hydreigon, and Terrakion. It's not a check necessarily, but CC is usually 2-hit KO or close to a 2-hit KO on the doubles Rotoms. But so it's really easy for Blood Totem to win this. But if qsns has Quiver Dance Volcarona, and the Diancie gets really lucky with its defense boosts on Diamond Storm, which is all 100% possible, and Blood Totem fucks up with his Jirachi, then he definitely can lose this game. But it's going to be tough for qsns to win, but I'm just going to go ahead and get into it, see what happens. So we see Lando lead, and let's see the other sets. Oh, also if qsns is bringing Scarf Lando, which you default assume in doubles because that's just easily the best mon, Scarf Lando. Scarf Lando Rock Slide can always make things interesting. So we see Lando Venu versus Scrafty and Aegislash. Bad lead for qsns, which, like I said, he's already at a disadvantage, so the bad lead doesn't help him. It's a free Mega Evolution for Blood Totem. All he has to do is Protected Mega Evolve, and then Lando's gonna get out of there. I don't think EQ KOs Aegislash, but even then Aegislash might not attack, but he might actually fake out into that slot with Scrafty and then attack with Aegislash. And then we see the Hydra switch in to threaten Aegislash, pretty solid, and then Mega Venu sorta kinda threatens Scrafty, not really though. We see Shadow Ball into the Venu slot. I think that's definitely a misplay because I think Venusaur protecting is pretty obvious. And then we see the knockoff into Lando, I guess figuring that with the Intimidate, Lando's not going to be doing too much. So I guess I can understand that play, but Shadow Ball on that move slot doesn't make any sense to me. So I feel like Venusaur protects no matter what, just to get that bulk boost. But now we see Lando come back in, get another Intimidate, King Shield from Aegislash, and then we're going to see what the Scrafty does. It went for knockoff on the Hydreigon, so that's actually really good for qsns because now Aegislash is just that much more threatening, and just everything in general is more threatening because Hydra doesn't have a life orb to power it up. We see the Sleep Powder misses on Scrafty, and then we see the low kick crit, which is also unfortunate, onto Scrafty, or onto Landorus, but don't they normally run Drain Punch because Scrafty doesn't have that much recovery? I guess low kick is probably better though, to hit Heatran and stuff. But now we see Protect from Blood Totem's Lando, so we know that's not Scarf. And then I'm guessing we see another Sleep Powder from Venu, Ooh, misses on the Lando, so 0 for 2 out here at the Sleep Powders, and then We'll see where the Aegislash goes. Fires into the Lando move slot, so 0 for 2 as far as predicting the right thing. I don't think that's a bad play, though, just because you expect Scarf Lando, and then if any other set pops up, then it just pops up. So King's Shield goes out. Let's see what qsns's Lando is, and what it decides to do U-turn. So that means it's almost guaranteed to be Scarf. We also see Intimidate on the other Lando, so it's not going to be threatening with EQ too much, or with Rock Slide or anything. And then Scrafty comes in to get the Intimidate going even more, so it's looking like a giant Intimidate more. Ooh, there's HP Ice. Does this mean it's a special Lando? Aren't those normally like extra belt or something? And the Sleep Powder finally lands. We know it's not Shed Skin because we've seen it Intimidate. Sometimes these carry Lumberry, from my experience, but I guess that was a risk that Blood Totem was willing to take, Sleep Powdering the Scrafty right there. And now Hydra can switch in for free because Scrafty is asleep and it can threaten Aegislash. However, I do believe that qsns switches to Lando right here. Yes, he does. If he double HP iced right here, this man's actually God. By this man, I mean Blood Totem. But he just protects. Just wants to see what the Aegislash wants to do. And then he Shadow Balls into the Hydra move slot. So that's good for him because now Lando T can U-turn into the Hydra move slot. And then we see the Lando trying to double protect. I don't know what it's trying to do there. Aegislash is just going to King's Shield to avoid Earthquake. Or it shows Earthquake a little bit later, but maybe he was expecting Earth Power too. Because I'm pretty sure that with max special attack and Life Orb or Extra Belt or something along those lines, Earth Power KOs Aegislash. I might be mistaken on that though, so if I'm spreading false information, that's not my intent, but I'm pretty sure that's actually a thing. And then U-turn goes out into Lando, expecting Hydra to protect or switch out. Which, like I said, I thought that was the more likely play. But we saw double protect go off there, and that doesn't accomplish anything from Lando's perspective. But Scrafty can still come in and Intimidate. And now we see Rotom in here. I guess that's just what he wants to take, a Dark Pulse, because yeah, I think Rotom is Rotom or Volcarona the least useful. Definitely Rotom. So that means he might have Quiver Dance. And then you see this Earthquake come out, just this pitiful Earthquake. Was he predicting? What was he predicting with that? Just was it maybe Dark Pulse plus EQ? Would that take out Aegislash? Maybe that's what his thought logic is, or his thought process is. But yeah. So we see that he's EQ and he's mixed, and he's not the special. I don't even know if that's a thing in doubles. I know it's a thing in VGC, albeit a very rare thing, because Scarf Lando is very good in that format too. So now we see Protect again. Hydra just goes for Dark Pulse into Rotom. Scrafty better hope it stays asleep, at least if you're a Blood Totem fan. And indeed, that Scrafty does stay asleep. So we'll see what goes on here. We might see just Draco into Scrafty. And then Giga Drain or something into Rotom. That's what I'm guessing is the play. Or double into Scrafty. One of those two things. If Scrafty wakes up here and goes for Protect. No, we see Protect from Hydreigon. Predicting the Wake from Scrafty, perhaps? Or what? Okay, so we see Sludge Bomb into Scrafty. There's Citrus Berry. Well, that's pretty unusual. Most of the time they're Assault Vest or Lumberry. Once again, this is from my experience. So if that's not necessarily true, then oh well. And now Scrafty stays asleep, which isn't good. So do we see Draco from Hydra? I don't think this U-turn will take Hydra out after an Intimidate. No, it doesn't. So I'm guessing that we see. We also don't see a Protect from Scrafty. So I'm guessing we see a Draco into that move slot. I figured that we would see it in the last turn, if he was going to do it, but he decides to Protect that turn. And I'm not a doubles expert, so it was probably a better play anyway. So now Draco goes into Scrafty. Maybe he didn't know if the Scrafty was Assault Vest or not. Okay, now that play makes more sense. Because if the Scrafty was Assault Vest, then the Draco would have taken him out there more than likely. But Now we see Citrus, so he can just Draco in there, and there goes Scrafty. And now Venusaur can put something else to sleep, so Blood Totem is... He's definitely still in the upper hand spot, although the game is pretty close. The way qsns is playing it, he's playing it about as well as he could. Protect from Lando right here. I'm guessing we just see something like U-turn Hydro. Like U-turn on the Jirachi slot, because that's where Hydro was. We see it into the Lando, so never mind. Probably predicted to protect and Hydro into that slot, but not really a big turn. Jirachi can follow me now though. However, it doesn't. Is it gonna boom? I'm guessing Lando might have boom. Because we don't see follow me there, and Lando will probably outspeed Rotom. As a matter of fact, it probably should outspeed Rotom. So there's Aegislash, and yep, there's Boom. Doesn't do anything to Aegislash, but will KO Rotom. It does KO Rotom, so down goes Rotom. So that's another big annoyance for Talonflame, although he has Diancie in Lando, so that's Talonflame's probably not going to be doing that much this game, but it's another answer down. Aegislash gets a little... Ooh, there's rocks. That's something that you don't see like in doubles at all, but the rocks are going to be huge because now Volcarona, like I said, if that's Quiver Dance Volcarona, then qsns, that's like his main fighting hope, is trying to get a Quiver Dance with Volcarona and then hoping for some Scarf Lando shenanigans. But those rocks effectively end any hopes of that. So that's definitely an interesting option from Blood Totem, but it works out right there. And there's a Sleep Powder miss on Lando. Rock Slide goes off, and that's actually going to be really big because now Shadow Ball goes into Jirachi, and now Jirachi goes down, so no more redirection there. I mean, Jirachi got up rocks, but Venusaur doesn't take any damage, and he has the potential to Sleep Powder Aegislash next turn, or the following turn, but it just sucks because now Jirachi goes down, and now Diancie gets just that much more difficult. You still have Mega Venusaur, but Diancie, if you get some boost going, can still win. Oh, I'm dying, dude. So King Shield goes off here. If it were me, I would try and Sleep Powder that Aegislash. I feel like that's more threatening than a Rock Slide Landorus T. And Landorus T, if it's asleep, still has utility in Intimidate. That's what my thought process would be. And no, we just see Giga Drain. Another one of these Giga Drains will take out Lando. So I guess from that perspective, that's going to be good there. You can just take out Lando. And then what does Terrakion have? No Wide Guard. I know they sometimes carry that. Ooh, Taunt. It's probably some sort of anti-trickery measure, anti-spore, even though you have Venusaur. And then, isn't Jirachi usually like safety goggles in this gen? But Giga Drain goes off there. Down goes Lando. I don't think there's anything qsns could have done to prevent that, so... now one of your major cheese sources, and Lando goes down. Shadow Ball goes into Venu. And now Aegislash is stuck in Blade form thanks to the taunt. I guess that was probably the better play than going for Wide Guard if you had it. So Mega Diancie, I'm guessing we see Protect right here. And then probably something like CC Sleep Powder into Aegislash. By CC I mean CC into Diancie. Rock Slide works just as well. Actually, I don't know if we can live a Moonblast from that range, it being Terrakion. Who knows? And then we see Giga Drain into Diancie, so... Aegislash, I think, is pretty annoying. I guess it's not the biggest threat in the world because he still has Hydra, but... you have Hydra who's low. You have Diancie here. There's a boost. And then... Oh, actually, Venusaur goes down. Diancie might actually just win the game right here. Because you have a boost, unless a crit CC comes out. Who knows? I mean, you still have Hydra. There's Rock Slide, so... Again, Diancie is just off in its own little world and a miss, so you don't even get that little chip. And Hydra's low, and Hydra gets outsped by... Diancie gets outsped by Volcarona, and now Aegislash is here. qsns might have just won this. We'll see, though. What the fuck? Did I forget to turn off the music? Oh well. We'll live without it. So now Talonflame comes in here. Diancie can't do anything about this. Or Talonflame can't do anything about this. We see Protect right here, and wow, there's Stealing, so. I guess that was Blood Totem's Diancie check, was Steel Wing Talonflame, and Aegislash is, it's not taunted anymore, but it doesn't switch into other forms, so. Rock Slide just goes off right here. More damage on Aegislash. Ooh, and there's a flinch. Imagine what would have happened if Aegislash was allowed to get off a Shadow Ball onto Talonflame or something. Or Kale Terrakion at the very least. Who knows? I don't really think it mattered. Stealing is only like 90 accuracy or something, so if Stealing might have been able to miss, then qsns would have won, but Stealing Talonflame was definitely the nail in the coffin, because Blood Totem had the team advantage, and he also brought the right sets just to counter qsns, so that was good team building on Blood Totem's part. And Stealing Talon is usually choice banded, so I'm guessing he just sacks Hydra right here. If a Rock Slide miss goes down and Volcarona can get off a Quiver Dance, who knows though? Even though Talonflame has Rock Slide, so it doesn't really matter. But he's going to hit the Rock Slide anyway, so I guess we'll never know. And that's going to be a pretty good game. Like I said, Blood Totem had the advantage pretty much from team preview. But qsns played pretty well as far as trying to maximize his opportunities, but SR Jirachi and Steel Wing Talonflame, especially SR Jirachi, is almost never seen. So a couple nice good option move choices from Blood Totem. And then Steel Wing Talonflame was a little more common, but I still usually don't see it. But I'm not a big doubles player anyway. But solid match from both players. I'm going to try and get more doubles just because I think it's a fun format, as well as some other games. But as you could hear, it's raining like mofo right now, so hopefully my internet doesn't die. But yeah, have a good day, friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video.